What's up everybody, Dan here. Thanks so much for joining in for today's video. So this is the first time in a very long time that I'm going to do a gameplay voiceover type racing video. It's been several years since I've done something like this, so please forgive me. We may be a little bit rusty with this kind of thing, but I did a community post not too long ago. It seemed like people were interested in this based on the poll that I put up. So we're going to try it out and see if there really is interest in it. If people like this and it gets some views, I'll continue doing stuff like this as I'm testing equipment that I am testing for reviews and stuff. So what we're going to be doing for this race, this is a 20-minute race plus one lap here on AMS 2. And the track here is going to be a default track. This is Bathurst 2020 that comes in the game by default. But the cars that we are actually driving are part of the FIA GT1 mod. This is an exceptionally good mod here for AMS2. So I will put the link for this in the description below. And also put a video of a really good explanation of how you add mods to this game. It's not my video, it's someone else's. But it is actually very easy to add mods using a content manager to this game, and I highly recommend you go do that. So without further ado, we're going to hop into this race, and we're just going to wing this and see how it goes here.
15 minutes. You'll need to get on with this. Okay, Dan, get ready. Go.
For whatever reason, you always kind of get a jump on the AI at a standing start in AMS2. That's not specific to these modded cars. That's pretty much everything, even if you have the AI level up pretty high. So I'm not 100% sure, but I do believe that these cars did not have ABS, traction control, or any kind of assist like that. So I have tried to recreate that here.
Still there.
So we're going to be very easy here not to try to tear up our tires before they're warm.
Still there.
We've got crew chief running in the background. That's what you can hear. 30.
Good start.
Good start, but I think we've... Oh, no, we gained a place. Okay, so we started in 15th position. We are in 14th now. First lap is normally a little bit crazy. I hope all this works out, guys. I spent an hour or so trying to set all this stuff up in OBS. I haven't done this in a super long time, so hopefully we won't have any issues here. If you can see here on the one cam that I'm using and testing the Moza R9 V2. I've been testing it for a couple days now. We'll be testing it for several weeks, maybe even a month before we put the review up. But also in the other camera here, you may see that I am testing this shifter right here, which is a shifter that I had never seen before. I happened to be browsing on Amazon, and I ran across this Hori shifter. It is a combo 8-speed, 7-speed in reverse, or you can bump it over into sequential, and I am using it in sequential mode right now. Probably could have used to stretch these gears out a little bit here. Oh, wouldn't let me downshift one more there. So this thing is about $100. It's 20 or 30 more dollars than the Thrustmaster T8HS, which I've reviewed.
Left side. Clear left.
And it's got some good and some bad to it. And I will review this at some point in time. I'll tell you, one of the really awesome things about this shifter is the ease of how you swap it back and forth between sequential and an H pattern. It's literally very similar if you've used or if you're familiar with the way Fanatic does it. It's just literally a switch on the side of the shifter, and one little swipe of that switch will change it back and forth. It also on the inside here has a mechanism to make it stiffer, or I don't know, it doesn't necessarily make it feel more or less mechanical. It just gives it a little bit of a different type of feel, more firmness to it. But I find if you make it too tight, kind of I don't know, it makes it hard to reach over there into reverse gear. And also 7th, which this car obviously wouldn't have a 7th gear, but if you were using it, if you make it too firm and too stiff, it just seems like something's getting binded up in there. But look, it's $100. This is not a review. I'm still testing it. I will do a review. I paid for this thing. It wasn't sent to me. But so far, it's working out actually exceptionally well as a sequential shifter, as you can see in the video there. Now, I'm going to try to concentrate here a little bit. I've lost the place I gained. We're back in 15th here. So let's talk a little bit. Let's talk a little less and try to concentrate on the race here. So we've got... Since we've only got 11 minutes left, I swear I changed this to a 20-minute race, but there's no way we've been through 9 minutes already. Maybe so. Seems like I have slightly less top speed in this Maserati. But you can see up there, there's a Lamborghini, there's a Aston Martin. Quite a few cars in this mod pack, and they are also very good. A Ford GT is coming up on my left there.
Car left.
Yep.
He's still there.
Probably should have backed down the AI just a touch here, possibly.
Still there.
Lamborghini coming up on my right. I just don't have the top speed they have. Got to make it up in the corners.
He's still there. Clear all round.
AMS2 is so crazy how when cars have an off track, it puts dirt and debris on the track and it stays there the remainder of the race. All right, let's see if we can catch these guys ahead of us here. Super impressed so far with this Moza wheelbase and the steering wheel. The steering wheel is exceptionally good quality, and the pedals are pretty good too. They're not like the best of the best pedals, but it is a load cell. These are the SRP racing pedals. You may or may not be able to see that in the camera there. I don't think so. All right, let's see if we can. Yeah, there's a definite difference in my driving when I'm talking and when I'm not talking, but waited way too long to shift there. But this will take practice, guys. Let me know in the comments below whether or not you like this kind of thing. And if you do, we'll continue doing these.
Ramos. Ahead is now 1.2 seconds.
Yeah, I probably needed a little more top end here. I'm going to have to get these guys, I think, under braking. It's the only chance I'm going to have here. Let me see if I can brake a little late here. Nope. Oh, sorry. We do have damage on and tire wear on, and I just locked up the brakes there and definitely wore out my front two tires by accident. So we got to be careful with that. 8 minutes, 12 seconds left in the race. Then, of course, the final lap after that. Probably going to hop back on iRacing pretty soon and get going back with that. Come on, I can't. Man, these guys are tough. 7 minutes left in the main part of the race. Gonna try to get. Can I? Oh shoot! A little bit of a bump up there. My apologies.
Right. Well done, Dan. Good pass.
All right, we got one position back.
Right.
He is trying to come back around me here. All right, got that. Off the pace a little bit. Now this, of course, is an AI race, but I kind of want to get back into iRacing and get back in the mix of online racing. I haven't really done that in a while. I do kind of miss it. Seems I'm always trying to make videos rather than just racing, and I think a good way to make videos and also get my taste of racing and my share of having a good time is videos like this, right? So creating content and racing at the same time. So yeah, so we'll see what happens here. I'll try to stay in this guy's draft, but they just are faster than me in the straights. So the only chance I have, starting to catch his draft now, Only chance I've got here is
On your right. Right side's clear.
just braking a little bit later, but I am destroying my front tires doing that. Luckily, we've only got about 6 minutes left. Lamborghini is on my tail here. That is, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but that is Crew Chief going in the background.
13. That was,
Crew Chief is
207.
something you
Right side.
must have if you're
Good
going
luck.
to
That's
do
your quickest
competitive
so far.
racing for sure online. Definitely give these cars a try. These are pretty awesome. I have run the, so far I've driven this car and I've driven the Ford GT. I think that's the only two that I have driven, but they do seem to be very competitive, all of them across the board here, as far as AI goes. Sometimes mod cars or mod packs or whatever aren't that great when it comes to AI, but these are actually pretty good. Definitely got the edge in the corners, but this is a super tight track to try to pass in. You really should do your passing here in this game on the occasional straights, and there's just not that many of them. And this is a tight section
Okay,
right
now,
here.
5 minutes to go. 5 minutes left.
5 minutes to go. This is the
Car
yep.
right. Right side's clear.
All right, took another one down to the bottom of that.
Good move, mate.
I still stand behind that. AMS 2, guys, is my absolute favorite game right now. Just the visuals, the performance. You just get butter smooth gameplay on reasonably decent computers. I tried to get another gear there. It didn't give it to me. Now, just know that the gears that I am not getting, it is not because of the shifter. It is because I am trying to shift too early and the game is not giving it to me. So if the game would allow it, the shifter has not had any issues so far with miss shifts. Every time I ask for one, if the game will allow it, it gives it to me. So if you happen to see me trying to shift down, it's just because I'm trying to shift early and it won't let me. All right, just under 4 minutes left. Held that gear too long. I've got the sound down a little bit low, guys, just so it's not being picked up in my mic. So sometimes I can't quite hear the rev of the engine.
Keep hurrying in.
But I have tried to do this with headphones. I just can't really play with headphones. It throws me off. I can play with headphones, but I can't talk with headphones on my head. Something about it just really messes me up. So, yeah. So, whoa! Looks like that guy had a problem.
The gap to blue.
Thought he was
Behind
going
us
out,
now.
but he
Number
must
3.
have caught it. Lamborghini trying to come around us on the inside, but I'm not going to let him have it. Been spending some time trying to dial in the force feedback on this wheel, and I think I've got a pretty good setup in the pit house software for AMS2. So if anybody out there with a Moza R9 version 1 or version 2 looking for a decent set, let me know. I can give you what I'm using here. I'm not saying it's the best out there. I'm just saying that so far I have tried some other setups that I have found on the forum, the Moza Pit House, or the Moza forum or whatever. People can share their files. I tried a couple of them. I didn't really like them. Some were too light. Some were a little bit too, I don't know, it just wasn't my thing. I prefer to feel realistic and not too heavy. And so I kind of dialed in my pit house settings here, and I've got something that is pretty good. I mean, you can tell what's going on with the wheel.
Okay, Dan. The next car is.
You can tell what the car is doing, but it's not like so heavy that it's, I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense. Anyways, if you want to try my settings out that I'm using, please let me know, and I will somehow share that information with you. All right, we got just under 2 minutes. Let's see, we're started in 15th. We're in position 12. I'm going to push here, maybe talk a little less, and try to gain a few more places before the end of this race. seems I'm just having... Oh, see? I want another gear, but there's not another gear. Trying to get him. Nope. Oh, got a little loose in the back.
Left side. Clear left.
My driving style in this race is absolutely destroying my front tires. Maybe might do a little less talking here and try to gain a couple more places. May or may not be able to do that. You can see my delta times are getting worse, not better. But we are kind of caught up in traffic.
Seeing a bit of wear on your right front.
Yes. There's the crew chief telling us we're wearing the tire. I'm well aware of that. You guys can't see it, but I have that information off on the right-hand side of my super ultra wide. Have not been able to figure out how to move that into the center of the screen just yet so that you guys can see it. So you are not seeing the information that I have on.
Car right.
We're going to bump up a little bit, but...
Clear right.
All right, took another position. That's
Brake
11.
temperatures are fine, mate. Well done, Dan. Great move. Keep it up.
Oh, we got 23 seconds left. We're on the 7th lap. So I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work. I guess we will run one final lap after crossing the finish line.
Right, the guy ahead of us is Thompson.
So I guess we're going to find out here. Time is up. I don't know if it counts this as the final lap or if we'll run another.
Look at your left front, braking for Murray's corner, E11. Last lap.
Last lap. So, okay, yeah, there's one more. So once the time runs out, you get one more lap after crossing the finish line. So we are going to try... Man, they have got so much more power than me in the straights. I think that Ford GT is probably one of the faster straight line cars. It did feel like I was carrying a little more speed when I was driving that car, but it doesn't do nearly as well in the corners here. So let's see if we can grab one more position before this race finalizes.
On your right.
Yes, I know.
Still there. Hold your line.
Still
Clear
over
right.
there. I can't see him.
Pass, nice one, mate.
All right, we got him. Let's see if we can catch this Nissan here. I'm still not sure. I feel like the time was a little bit quick. I swear I changed it to 20 minutes in the settings, but I may have backed out without hitting save, and it may have defaulted back to 15 minutes. And I meant to do 20 because it feels like it was short, but that's all right. Just remember to fix it for next time.
On your right.
Oh, sorry.
On your right.
All right, what I'm going to try to do is draft this guy. I'm going to try to brake. I know I'm wearing my tires out, but I'm going to try to brake way later than the Nissan here. But I got to catch him first. I'm in his draft, and they are just faster in the straights. See if we can brake late here.
Car right. Right side's clear.
There we go.
Come on, Dan. Good stuff. Keep it
He's
coming.
trying to get back around me. He's over there on the left. I can see him in my rearview mirror. You guys can't see him. He's going to try to get me.
Still there.
Shoot.
Still there.
Yep. Oh.
Still
Oh, shit.
there. Clear left. You've got
And-
half your fuel left. 10th position. Your front brakes are getting pretty hot. Car right. He's still there. Clear right.
Now that should have been the end of the race. I thought. Yeah, that definitely should have been the end of the race. But it seems like everybody is still racing up here, so I'm going to keep going because obviously I'm not sure. This is not like a formation final lap that I'm aware of. I don't see a checkered flag or anything here. These guys are definitely still racing.
You're reeling Westbrook in. The gap's now 0.8.
Yeah,
Slow through
so I'm
chase.
sorry. I apologize for that. I was wrong. I'm not really sure how that final lap works, apparently. we're going to keep on racing like we're trying to. Yeah, they would, if they were on that last formation lap, or whatever you want to call it, cool down lap, I guess is what it is, they'd be going a little bit slower.
You're right. Fucking awesome move, mate.
So I'm really not sure if the race is still going on. They're definitely easier to pass now. Maybe not. He's coming back on my right here. A little hot. So now we're going to find out if this is in fact the last lap. We've got one more corner before we've got to start finish in our view.
P7. Okay, that's the finish.
Okay, so yeah, that's so sorry about that, guys. Apparently I was thinking I was one lap ahead of what I was, and I'm not sure why that is. But so that's not too bad. We started in 15th and we ended up in 7th. So that's pretty good there. I wore the hell out of my front tires, but there was enough left over to keep going in the race. Yeah, so look, this is the first one of hopefully many of these guys, so it's going to be a little rusty the first couple of times, but yeah, this was fun. This is the way that I can actually race while testing equipment and making content, because what happens is, you know, when you are just making content all the time, you don't do much racing. So this is a way for me to make content and race, get the most of both worlds here. And yeah, so let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed this, if you want to see more of this stuff. Definitely going to go hop back into iRacing pretty soon, and yeah, and check that out. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Please click that like button and the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. And as always, guys, we'll talk to you in the next video. We'll see you later.